Hey folks, well, our buds are scoring goals in bunches. 34 scored as 50 finally. And they have some friendly faces in the lineup. We're going to break it all down for you right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach. That's Katie, and I'm the Diva. We're here to talk all things Leafs. Listen, folks, just a reminder, coming up actually this week on the 6th, we will be drawing names for those free Leaf tickets for an upcoming game against the Sabres on April 12th. You'll be able to see the video up over there somewhere, and make sure you get in. Click on it, hit the comments, answer the questions. You'll go into the draw. Maybe you win tickets. We'll see you there at the big game. Also, we want to give a little bit of a shout out to our sponsor, Jeffrey Fulton, realtor here in Toronto, realtor agent to the stars, right here in downtown Toronto. Jeffrey, thanks for your sponsorship. Anyways, couple of games, 13 goals for some guys that were hurt and shaken up, coming back to the lineup. What's been happening? What's been going on? KD?
Well, good finishes. We love the victories. The offense is looking great. Two slow starts. Not so bad against Winnipeg. A bounce or two and a slow start for 10 minutes. They played great for 50 and really dominated the Jets, which was great to see. For some reason, the Jets get under my skin. I don't know why, but I always want to beat the Jets, and so that was good. A different story, I think, last game. You really played a crappy 30 minutes to start the game. I finished great, the great third period, and everything was fine there, but I didn't like that start, and that can't happen in the playoffs. But again, a good comeback, good W on both games. We had scoring throughout the lineup. The big boys were there. Maybe the first line wasn't very tight in their own end that second game, and that was a bit of an issue. But other than that, I thought it was good. It's nice to see Campbell played pretty solid. The one issue I would come up with, if we're talking about things I didn't like, again, I'm not a huge fan of when our wingers play deep, really deep, and it clogged the slot there in order to stop the cycle. I do understand why, but for our team or the Leafs, they are a sports car, right? They're not a big and clunky, and they're not shot blockers, and they're not big hitters. And the problem is when you play deep, you're forced to at times block shots from far away. And we see this picture here with Nylander playing deep where he's supposed to and actually blocking a shot. So I think we should be happy he's back in his own end where he should be. But if you look at his form, opens his foot up. I mean, he's probably millimeters from breaking his foot and being gone for the year. So, I'd like to see him a little bit higher, further out. He doesn't have to make that same block. He probably stops the shot from getting through the same way. So we'll call that a little minor tweak I like to see, and a quicker starts in the future. And other than that, let's keep that offense rolling.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, listen, we've talked about it a lot over the last few weeks. The Leafs like to play bad teams poorly, and that's maybe an attestament to the slow start. Keith certainly suggested so. Coach, what's been going on with these buds?
Yeah, we're on Nylander because he was in his own end. And that's a huge victory. The guy was looking around like a little kid in a shopping mall who's lost his mom. Like, what? I don't know. Anyway, hey, before I get started here, we hit a milestone, fellas. So we
sure
surpassed the 100 subscriber. So, yep. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. We'll try and live up to it. Here's cheers to that.
Oh, yeah. Oop.
And since we're on the subscriber base, I should apologize. So in our last pod, I predicted the Winnipeg game. I had a 5-3 win with 2 special teams goals. So my sincere apologies. It was a 7-3 win, and we had 3 special teams goals. So I missed that one. I missed it, but that's okay. It's going to happen.
Tighten it up,
We're
Scotty.
human.
Tighten it up, Coach.
We're human. Hey, Wayne Simmons woke up, fellas. Hadn't had a goal since December 14th, and he's now off the schneid, as they say. And hey, look, Leaf Nation noticed. Here's a few expert commentary here. So We had our 21 and under correspondent here, Pete Adams, at the last game. Here's what he texted me. Just 3 or 4 shifts, he noticed. Fourth line doesn't play much still, guys, and we may need to address that. But he did say Simmons helped shift the momentum.
Yeah.
Here's one from Minzy. You're going to get an up close and personal with Minzy this week when the Leafs come to Dallas. I promise you that. But he say, big night. Here's what I texted you two guys. This was from the Winnipeg game. Best shift by 24 in the past month. He got it, right? Maybe a little rest got him going, but he was out and doing what he needs to do to play. He doesn't need to score every game, but he has to be physical.
Yes.
And, gets in a fight too. That does not hurt his chances of staying in the lineup. So good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then one last thing. So we got solid, steady goaltending in both games. Guys, it's been a while since we could say that. Shelgren was great. Even though we got down too early, he held the fort against Winnipeg. And Jack Campbell, what a great thing to see him back. And, you can't fault him on any of those that went in. We can talk about that later. But my goodness, he was good, steady. Look, we would be losing our minds if we saw this goal go in. Here's the goal from Marner going around the net, finds Matthews. Look where Carter Hart is. He's not even the same zip code. Well, sorry, postal code for you guys up there. Or this one here. This is Pierre Engvall, 2-on-1, right? Short-handed. Hart is nowhere near. The puck is circled here. He's nowhere near it. We'd be losing our shit as Leaf fans if any one of these go in.
Right.
But it's nice to see they go in for other teams.
Yes.
So, anyway, great. And I'll leave you with this. My goodness, what a pleasure to watch these two guys, Marner and Matthews. Marner had such a bad start, remember? And then he got hurt. His shoulder was hurt. He's on pace for 100 points. And then, Mike, you mentioned Matthews right off the top. He's got 51 now. He has 44 goals in his last 46 games. The last guy to do that, Mario Lemieux. Yeah. He's unbelievable. What a pleasure to watch, guys. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, one of the things that's real nice, if you look maybe about 4 weeks ago, we kept saying the same thing after every recap. First line's great. Third line tilts the ice. Goaltending's a little bit weak. Fourth line's a little bit lost. And what the heck is going on with the second line? We're not really talking about that as much anymore,
Sure.
and that's kind of nice. I certainly love the fact that special teams is just so dangerous. 50 goals for Matthews, obviously, finally he's done it, but it's really not that big a news story. We knew the guy was going to do it. It was just a matter of when. You give him enough time in the season, he's going to do it.
Well, at least Leafs are six guys with 50 points, the only team in the NHL. So,
yep, that's a great point, Kev. Also, one thing I love watching, you had them up on the screen a second ago, but 47 and 65, they're difference makers. They are going to be very important to this team in the playoffs, the way that they're playing. Nice to see Campbell. Made a couple of big saves in the first period, too. That game could have gotten a little bit out of hand, actually, early on. He actually kept them in it. And then having Abruzzese and Blackwell in the lineup almost seemed to spark the Wayne train a little bit. He looked big. He looked fast. Went to the net hard. Took some guys out south of the red line. That's exactly what you want to see from him. He's engaged. And look, I think he's had his best 2 games in 2022. All right, guys. Look, this one we laid on the line. As you know, subscribers, we like to make a few predictions. So the Leafs are south. They're in FLA with back-to-back games versus the Lightning and the Panthers. Ouch. What's going to happen, Katie?
well, I'm hoping they compete. I love to see, obviously win both. I'd be very happy with a split. But at the end of the day, as long as they're not outclassed by either, they have a good showing and they show they're right in it. Even if they don't get any points, I think it's a win. What you don't want to do is go into either one of those barns and get blown out with the playoffs right around the corner, and one of them, you're gonna probably have to play one of them. So I'd like to see them compete against both, and I think they will. I think they win at least one of the next 2.
All right, Coach.
Aside from the first half of that Flyers game, we've been rolling. I expect that to continue. especially because the boys will be pumped because I'll be in the stands there in Tampa tomorrow night.
Right.
I'm looking – I think we take 3 or more out of the next 4 points, including a win tomorrow night. I'm calling a 4-3 win.
Wow.
All right, okay. I think the Leafs are going to win the first one. They're going to win 3-1, a tight game versus the Lightning. I think they're going to lose the second game against Florida, 5-4. In overtime, we get the point. There you have it, folks. Hit subscribe. Don't miss a thing. And remember, if you want Leafs tickets, hit that video. It's going to be following up here in a moment. Hit it. Follow the instructions. Add your comments to the video, and you'll be in the draw to win some Leafs tickets. And we'll see you soon, right here on the OZone.